Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to a very special video for Sea Power, Naval Combat in the Missile Age. So, today what we're going to be doing is going over all the released screenshots of the game, talk about the screenshots, what screenshot most likely is if we can't quite tell, and a few other things about some of the pictures and some of the units in the game that I'm looking at them going, okay, but yeah, so if you don't know, Sea Power is basically a mix of Cold Waters, Jane's Fleet Command, and Harpoon, from what I understand, where you control a fleet or a surface action group, or possibly even a single ship slash submarine or aircraft, and you have to fight, from the looks of it, a possible Cold War going hot in the 70s and 80s. Now that does mean, you know, a lot of missiles that you'll be firing are probably going to be missing. It's also happily not modern era, which I'll get into a little as time progresses, because things like hypersonic missiles would make the game just way too hard. So for example, we're going to be looking at this first picture here. The conning tower is amazingly detailed, and so is the seaways. I mean, this alone right here, the seaways, is just ridiculous. Luckily enough, like I said, we're not doing modern era with hypersonic missiles because, from the way I understand, I was in the Army way back in the day. But with hypersonic missiles, they create basically a plasma in front of them that basically messes with radar, which is what, you know, the big white thing is on top of the seaways. And the seaways would miss. Your missiles down here, they're going to miss most of the time. And basically, you're going to get hit. I think it's an 80% hit rate with the hypersonic missiles at this current juncture. So, happy we're not doing modern weapons. So, at least with the Aegis cruisers and things like that, the Americans do have the edge, especially with carriers and things like that. But, you know, it's still going to be fun. Nice little frigate, though. I like this. I especially like the helicopter. I think that's the Sea Sprite. I'm assuming it is. But the sun's kind of throwing it off a little bit. So, yeah. So, same ship. Yeah, it looks like a Sea Sprite. Got some nice harpoon launchers at the back. This really reminds me of Jane's Fleet Command right here. Got some more launchers over here. The detail. There's another Seaways here. You got the launchers at the back. I like the fact there's people on deck. Like, come on. Like the way the waves are. All the sensor arrays. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Same ship. I originally thought this was an error. If you look, it kind of looks like it was clipping a little bit. But actually, the helicopter is folding its rotors in, and either it's coming out or going in, which is just amazing. Apparently this is one of the pictures they took during the, hey look, proof of concept, helicopters work. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the destroyer, John Young. Well, the next one here. So same thing, just night with a little bit of lights here, which is good. I like the ambiance for it. Still, the detail of these things are just ridiculous. So, more night stuff. This is Soviet/Russian freighters in these pictures. Really nice. And obviously, could this be a Kirov? Maybe a Kursk. And that's all you get from that, but then you go back to the, I think it's the front of one of those. This thing here? Nope. It might actually just be a smaller there. But I'm going to assume this is an SSN-14 launcher. Anti-submarine torpedo, rocket-assisted torpedoes with the Hedgehog launchers. Just love the detail here. It's ridiculous. I think that's a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to probably get into some of the things that I'm kind of going, about. Oh, not yet. So here's one of the things I really loved about Jane's Fleet Command, and it's being instituted or implemented here in this game. It's land-based systems. So we're looking at what I think is a Soviet radar installation. Should be a tri-installation if it's Soviet. Yep. So there's 3 radars there. And then I'm going to assume SA-9s maybe? So obviously this is a Soviet / Russian SAM site, because this is just a classic SAM site. Now mind you, a lot of Cold War sites would actually have more missiles than this. They'd actually go all the way around and then have the radars in the middle. That was just Soviet doctrine at the time. They did the same thing with their armor, where their armor would snake out from the center for some reason. Don't know why they wanted that, but they did it. But yeah, I like how... See, there's a car moving here. So that's a truck. Oh, there we go. Yep. It's a Russian missile. Thing is, though, this is on backwards. This should actually be sloped on this side, I think. So some Soviet surface-to-air missiles, which is obviously a Cold War thing. There's one of the other antennas there. A nice LST with some nice details. Get some more people on the deck. Holy smokes. I'm wondering if you have a helicopter. It's on a ship. It gets sunk. If the helicopter can land on one of these pads, that would be interesting to see. Well, I got some anti-aircraft guns, or at least some shelling guns, because obviously landing unit. Sea Whiz there. Very nice, very nice. From a different angle. Got the little ramp there for hovercraft and stuff. And what looks like an American destroyer in the background. Can't tell if it's a Knox or a Perry. This is just proof here that we can control land-based assets. Why? Because these are F-15s. Come on. If we can't control land assets, why are these in the game, right? So we're probably can control like aircraft based out of an airport or an airfield, and probably in the missile systems and missile launchers and things like that as well. Or these might just be NPC, you know, overflight aircraft type thing, like as part of a larger overarching mission. But oh, look at these F-15 models. I mean, come on, they look so good. That is an SSN 14 being fired there. Looks really nice, obviously from cold waters. There it is leaving the tube, and there it is flying away from the tube. Not a KA-50. I'm trying to remember the name of this one. I think it's not the Hokum. It's not the Havoc. Anyways, it's the anti-submarine warfare helicopter for the Russians. So, for example, it also should have somewhere around on a hit, which I think is this right here. This little box on the left. So there's the water. This is the, if you see this, the tubular thing here in the middle, just between the two wheels on the left side here. I believe that is the life raft. And then just above it to the left, behind the little Russian logo there, behind the wheel struts or supports, I think that's the dipping sonar. And then it has the side scan sonar, or the surf radar dish just below the nose, which is interesting. Right here, which is nice. Kind of wish I could zoom in, but I can't. Then obviously some Tu-122s. I mean, come on. Gotta have some backfires in there somewhere. Nice E-2 Hawkeye from the Dwight D. Eisenhower. Very nice. So I'm wondering how many carriers we control. I'm assuming we control one carrier group. But I'm wondering if the actual carrier group itself is made up differently at the beginning of your campaign. Like, is it just mock? Because theoretically, modern carrier battle groups, or even carrier battle groups back in the day, had like 6 or 8 cruisers, a couple submarines, obviously the 1 or 2 aircraft, or the 1 aircraft carrier, possibly even 2 aircraft carriers. Like, it was some beefy firepower. Speak of the devil. So we got some frigates / cruisers in the background. And we've got the carrier here. I'm assuming this is the Eisenhower. But we've got some Vikings. We got one actually landing. F-14s. Ooh, we got Prowlers. And we got the electronic warfare variant of the Prowler. So we get, or sorry, no, it's the Intruder. Sorry, there's the Intruder and then the electronic warfare variant, the Prowler. They're basically the same aircraft. We have the Corsairs, obviously the Hawkeyes. And then I can't tell what that is. It's really blurry. Could be a Nox, could be a Perry. That looks like a Perry back there. Oh, so nice. Ooh, some damage. Very nice, very nice. I think this is the Kirov. I think this is the Russian aircraft carrier, but it doesn't have a ski ramp. So I'm going to say it's not the Kirov. I think this is one of their shorter deck aircraft carriers, the one that had like, it's like they have like, oh, what's the name of the, because the Russians were the first ones to create a VTOL. I'm wondering if that's what this is, the VTOL carrier. Cargo ship looks pretty nice. I think that's a shipwreck. I think that's the shipwreck. I mean, it's one of the Generation 1 cruise missiles for sure. Hey, we have civilian airliners in the game as well. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna have like a. It's gonna be based on like the Korean Airlines aircraft shooting down, like Operation Able Archer stuff. Obviously, the Maritime Patrol Bear. A nice American destroyer / cruiser. Cruisers, destroyers, and frigates, I think, kind of get intermixed. It gets to the point like, yeah, there's a tonnage difference, but I mean, it gets to the point where it's like there's just so many of them. From a different angle. So there's that. Maybe a Nox or Perry or something. Another Maritime Patrol Bear. Okay, so here is the first so far the aircraft that I look at it and go, I don't know about this. So this is the Vigilante. So if you're wondering why I look at the Vigilante and go, I'm not too sure why this is in the game. So this aircraft had one purpose and one purpose only for the U.S. Navy. It was the U.S. Navy's strategic nuclear bomber. It carried a nuke. You notice there's no wing pylons. There's a pylon in the center. That's it. She carried a nuke. That's it. That's all it did. And it was a utter failure. You see one over here with a Viking, an F-14, the Vigilante, then I think those are 2 Prowlers. And over here we've got 2 Corsairs. No, that's the Prowler over there. So we got the Vigilante taking off, a Prowler, Corsairs, a Hawkeye, and a F-14, another Vigilante. Down here, another Prowler. Or, no, that's an Intruder. 2 Intruders on the left, another Vigilante, an F-14, and another Viking. So, I don't know how it's going to be implemented. Because if they're not carrying nuclear weapons, I don't know how it's going to be implemented. Whether they just modify its, it's what it carries. The reason why I say this is because some of the stuff it carried was conventional, but that's not what its job was, right? Like you have the F-14. It's obvious what the F-14 was for. The Intruder, pretty guaranteed what the Intruder was good for. The Viking, easy, if you don't know, anti-submarine along with the helicopters. The Prowler, electronic warfare. E2 Hawkeye, pretty simple. And then the Corsair. Now the Corsair was the original fighter interceptor, and then it kind of moved over into more of a support role. So you probably would send out some Corsairs with some Sidewinders to escort probably the Prowlers or the Intruders. The Vigilante would go in and theoretically drop a strategic nuke on a location. So I don't know how or what that is going to be. Now, I'm pretty sure it did carry. I'm actually going to be Googling this as we, like right now. Oh. E5 Vigilante. Alright, so there was... Okay, so it was also used later on as a manned interceptor with 6 AM-54 Phoenix missiles, which were then moved obviously over to the F-14 instead. In the end, they built only 77 of them, and they were all converted to reconnaissance aircraft. Interesting. So, theoretically, it carries one B-27, B-28, or B-43 free-fall nuclear bomb in an internal bomb bay, or 2 Mark 83 or 84 bombs on 2 external hardpoints. So pretty much it's useless, because if you're going to do a bombing run, might as well use the intruders for that. Yeah. So basically, in the end, it was a nuclear bomber, and then it was switched over to a reconnaissance aircraft. So maybe use it as a high altitude reconnaissance aircraft. But with modern surface to air missiles and things like that, I don't know how well that's going to turn out, so we'd have to see. Obviously, the iconic F-14. I'm going to assume that's a Sparrow, not an AMRAAM. It's got AIM-9 Sidewinders, and it's got the Phoenix missiles on it. So looks like this one is dodging some... I'm going to assume anti-air artillery. Nice Russian cruiser. Another F-14 with full-on armaments. Nice American cruiser. Looks like it's engaging 2 different ships. So there's obviously a Russian over there and a Russian over there, because obviously sploosh. Looks like they're identifying... I don't think that's actually a Sea Sprite. It might be. Identifying the Russian cargo vessel. These I used to love playing with back in Fleet Command. You put up a fleet of these and fire these guys off, because they're just so useless, but you can put in so many missiles against a target and actually, succeed. Some Fox Bats. Oh, they just look so pretty. Probably going to be the fastest aircraft in the game. Some nice scenery. Nice map. That's good. Oh, here's the Russian aircraft here. Okay. 17, 21, 25. Whole bunch of MiGs. Tupolev in the middle. I don't know what this is, though. So if I look at this guy and that guy, except for the... Oh, wait. Is one just the Navy variant? Nope. It's got the extra little intakes at the back. Don't know what that is. 25, the... Oh my god, the MiG... Oh, I can't remember which MiG that is, but yeah, I know that's a MiG. But yeah, 21, 17, 25. 25 is back there. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Unless it's just a variant of this. Which I wouldn't be surprised. Cargo ship. Cargo ship. Cargo ship. Cargo ship. MiG-21s, I'm assuming just taking off or flying really low to do a strike. They're full of, looks like, anti-aircraft missiles, so... Oh. We might have a Vietnam era as well. So you got 21s, 17s. I mean, all you need then are F4s. Because you have the Corsair. You'll have the intruders and the prowlers. Oh, that just looks beautiful. See, there's the air intakes right there. Don't know what that is. And that is all the pictures. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So those are all the pictures so far released to date by the guys there on Jurassic Games making Sea Power, Naval Combat, and the Missile Age. With that in mind, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys when new pictures are coming up. We'll break those down and try to figure out what's going on and just what's what. See you next time. Bye-bye.